Alright, so here is the 95 Del Sol. The odometer says 48,957, but this whole gauge cluster was replaced at one time, so the actual mileage is unknown. So I couldn't give you a number on that. This knob is busted off. I just grab in there and twist it back and forth. It still works. The heat works. The air conditioning works. Aftermarket radio. Got a CD slot right there. AM, FM. Then you got an auxiliary cord and USB input on that. The shift boot is it's a short shifter, and I've put a sock over it with a zip tie, just because it's ridiculously cold, and I don't want to be grabbing bare metal as I'm trying to shift if I forget my gloves or something. These door panels, they're ripped. New tape wouldn't hurt anything. I don't know why somebody called that a repair, but you know, people. Same thing on this side. It's got a little bit of tearing there. These are actually pretty decent seat covers. I got a steering wheel cover on it. Got a cruise control button. The cruise control doesn't work. That button, I don't know what that's for. That's the defroster, I think, and the hazards, they work. Somebody painted this and a couple door pieces and all that stuff. In the back here, we've got, pop that C-cord, we've got cubby holes on either side that actually lock with the keyhole there, which is the same as the door key. And then we got this thing in the middle, the camera in it, and DC jack. I haven't tried that, I don't know if that works, but there is a USB port there if you need to charge something or whatever. So I don't know if this works or not, I haven't tried it. But we do have a pop out here for a switch, and then two pop outs here for a switch. Then apparently somebody drilled something in there that you could put a switch into too if you wanted to add some extra features or lights or whatever you wanted to do to this car. Right now it needs a few more coats of clear coat. It needs a few more clear layers before I can buff all that out and get it a nice reflective, shiny kind of gloss on it. So I'll be doing that in the next couple days. But it is, it's painted this, it's like a cloud pattern. When that gets all buffed out and reflective, it's going to look super awesome, I think. But for a tiny car like this, it really doesn't take much to paint it. And then we got insane tread on these winter tires here. Look at how deep that is. So as soon as it warms up, as soon as it gets past 35-40 degrees consistently, it would be best to switch these tires out with something summery, because these winter tires are actually made of a softer rubber, and they'll just get shredded up in the warmer weather. I got some nice black aftermarket rims there. They got some overspray on them from the paint here, so I'll have to bring those back to black. But let's see, we'll open the hood here. See if I can pull these bonnet pins out one-handed. There's one. There's the other. We'll open the hood. It's got a D16 Z6 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder Honda engine, which is rather clean. There is oil or something down there, but this head has been rebuilt recently, and I personally have retorqued all the head bolts myself and have checked on it repeatedly and found no oil leaks or anything in it. So I'm thinking that that was just never cleaned up from when the head was rebuilt. And when they did rebuild the head, they didn't torque down a bunch of things properly, so I had to go back and pretty much redo it. It's missing 2 nuts there, which are easily replaceable. They just didn't torque them down the right way, so they came loose and fell off. All the rest of these are torqued down on here properly. All the head bolts are torqued down. The valve cover bolts are torqued down properly. Everything on here is how it should be. It's got a new timing belt. That's all set the way it should be. Aftermarket intake helps it breathe a little better. Aftermarket exhaust also helps it breathe a little better. It's much louder than it should be. It's a pretty loud car. You can drive it quietly if you keep your RPM range low, but you can step on the gas and this thing will just roar. I mean, it's not going to win any races. It's not a super fast car, but rated at about 41 miles per gallon highway stock, this thing is perfect for somebody who wants a money saver in their garage. I mean, as you can see, I'm not going to take this valve cover off or anything right now because I'm holding this with one hand, holding the hood up and all that stuff. But you got 5 bolts along the top. You pop that off. Everything is just right there and accessible. You got the 4 plugs right in front. Got the timing belt and stuff right there on the side. Everything is super open and easy and very accessible on this engine. Parts are cheap. It's maintenance on this is very easy and very affordable, so that's definitely a bonus. Got a good battery on there. Starts even in negative weather. So we'll grab these clips here before I forget. We'll close this up. Next, I will show you the trunk, because I am actually rather impressed with how much space there is. So, pop that open. We got a latch down there. This top here actually comes off. It's a Targa top, and this window rolls all the way down. And there's my extra steering wheel. These things don't do well in the cold, so they're not holding it up, so I just shove the wheel in there. But the top actually clips into this rack right here. It's got 4 little slots for the corners for the Targa top, and then that way you can stick it in here and it's not bouncing around and getting damaged, and you can still have access to everything in the trunk. So I've got tool bags and air compressors, other bags, lots of stuff in here already. This is more than normally you'd have in the trunk. But underneath this is actually another well where a spare tire would fit. So there's even more room underneath all that. That's an insane amount of trunk space for a tiny little car like this. So clip that back into place down there. Steering wheel. And it automatically locks. It's got the chrome tip on the exhaust. It's a pretty big muffler. It's kind of insane. It's kind of an insane sound to it. I'm not going to start it right now because I don't have the keys in my pocket and I'm inside a garage. Be kind of stupid to just fume up the place and choke myself out. But I could make another video of actually outside running. But there's this car. You can throw a little black paint on these wiper mounts here, but it's certainly not going to win any races. But as far as getting you places safely and reliably and not burning holes in your wallet for gas money, this is a very good option for you. Plus it's a 5-speed manual, so it gets a little better gas that way too.